To make the Hello Kitty Angel plush, we are using white, blue, and black chenille yarn, which uses an 8mm crochet hook. We also have a pair of scissors, stitch markers, fabric glue, and yellow and black felt to make the eyes and the nose. Some of the stitches included in this video include the single crochet, double crochet, the increase, invisible decrease, double crochet decrease, magic circle, and the slip stitch. Now we're going to make the arms. We're going to start with a magic circle. And inside our magic circle, we're going to do 6 single crochets. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to bring our magic circle together. Next, we're going to do a single crochet and an increase. So we're going to start with a single crochet. And then we're going to do an increase. And then again a single crochet and an increase, and then a single crochet, and then we're going to end on an increase. Let's count our crochets. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. For our next row, we're going to do 2 single crochets and an increase. So we're going to start with 2 single crochets. So here's our first single crochet. Second, and then we're going to do an increase, and then we're going to repeat that sequence. There's 1, 2 single crochets and an increase, and again 2 single crochets and an increase. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 single crochets. For our next 3 rows, we're going to do 12 single crochets all the way around. And when we finish, we're going to have 3 stitch markers, which will be 12 single crochets for the 3 rows. So we're going to start with our 3 rows. There's 1. Number 2. 3. We're just going to keep making our single crochets all the way around until we have 12, and then we'll continue doing it for the next 2 rows. So now we finished our 3 rows of 12 single crochets, and we're ready to move on to our next row. For our next row, we're going to start with 3 single crochets. We have one. I'm gonna add our stitch marker. I'm gonna put a blue one. And we have 2, and then 3. In this 4th crochet, we're going to make the thumb. So here we're going to do 4 double crochets, but we're not going to finish them until the last crochet. So we're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and then we're going to make another double crochet, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So we have 3 loops on our hook now. Then we're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And that gives us 4 loops on our hook. And then we're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And now we have 5 loops on our hook. And now we're going to complete all of the double crochets by yarning over and pulling it through all of them. And now we're going to make a single crochet in this next stitch, and that will complete making our thumb. So we're going to make this single crochet, and this completes our thumb. We're going to push it out, and as you can see, we have a thumb. And then we're going to continue with 7 more single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now we're ready for the next row. For our next row, we're going to start with 2 single crochets. There's 1. Let's put in our stitch marker. 2. And here on the 3rd crochet here, we're going to go into that one, and if you line this up, you can see that it aligns with this crochet here. So we're going to go all the way through, and then we're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through, and that will make the stitch right below the thumb. And then we're going to continue with the next single crochet. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 7. And let's count our crochets. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. For the next 2 rows, we're going to do 10 single crochets all the way around. There's 1. Put in our stitch marker. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we're going to do this one more time. There's 1. Put in our stitch marker. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After our 10th crochet, we're going to pull our yarn, and then we're going to cut it, but we're going to leave enough so that we can go around the hand. We're going to pull that through. And for this final row, we're going to get our darning needle and just stitch around. So we're going to remove our stitch markers. And here we have our darning needle. But before we start with our stitches, we're going to put some stuffing in here. Not going to fill it up too much. So now we're going to take our needle and we're just going to go up and down through all the stitches. So up and down, up and down. And we're starting at this crochet here. So we'll put a stitch marker where we started. Okay, so that's the beginning point. And then we'll continue to go up and down these stitches. And then we're here and we're just going to go up on our beginning stitch here. And then we're going to remove the stitch marker. And here we're going to pull our tail so that it tightens up to be like a magic circle. And there we are. And here we're finished with our arm. So we just finished the hand part, and then I'm just going to go back into the this middle of the stitches and just go out and then cut the yarn. And then make sure it's not too tight. Shape it up a little bit. And now we're done with Hello Kitty's hand. And we're going to make 2 of these because she has 2 arms, 2 hands. For the foot, we're going to start with 4 chains. We're going to make our slip knot and then make 4 chains. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do a chain 1, 4 single crochets, and then we're going to do 3 single crochets. So there's 1. We're going to get our stitch marker in there. Oops. have 2, 3, and then on this top crochet we're going to do numbers 4, 5, and 6. There's 4, 5, and here's number 6 in that same chain. Then we're on to number 7. Number 8. Oops. Number 8. Number 9. And here is number 10. Let's count our crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. For our next row, we're going to start with an increase. So there's our first single crochet. And then in the same stitch, we're going to do another single crochet. And that's our increase. And then we're going to do 2 single crochets. There's 1, 2, and then we're going to do an increase 3 times. There's 1, 2, it's 1 increase, 1, 2, 2 increases, and then here's our third one. 1, 2, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets. There's 1, 2, and then we're going to end with 2 increases. Here's 1, 2, it's 1 increase and 1 more increase. There's 1 and 2. And let's count our crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Next, we're going to start with an increase. There's 1. We're going to put our stitch marker on this first crochet, and then we're going to make an increase. And next we're going to do 3 single crochets. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do an increase. And then a single crochet, 2 an increase, and then 2 single crochets. There's 1 and 2 single crochets, and then an increase. 2, 3 single crochets. There's 1, 2, and 3 single crochets. And then we're going to end with the increase, a single crochet, and an increase. So we're going to do an increase, then to a single crochet, and we're going to end with an increase. Let's count our crochets. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. For the next 2 rows, we're going to do 22 single crochets. There's 1. I'm going to put the pink stitch marker in. 2, 3. We're going to continue making our single crochets, and for the next row I'm going to put another stitch marker, so when we have the 2 stitch markers we have our 2 rows of 22. So we'll continue going all the way around, and we're going to do 22 single crochets 2 times, and we'll be back. Here's our 22nd crochet of the last row, and we just completed both rows, and now we're ready to move on to our next row. For our next row, we're going to start with 7 single crochets. There's 1. We're going to add our stitch marker. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we're going to do a decrease, and another decrease. Then we're going to do 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we're going to do 2 decreases. Here's 1 decrease, and then our second decrease, and that completes our row. Let's count our crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Next, we're going to do 5 single crochets. There's 1. Add the stitch marker. 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. Then we're going to do 2 decreases. There's 1. And 2. And then we're going to do 5 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to end with 2 decreases. There's 1, and 2. Let's count our crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. For this row, we're going to start with 5 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to do a decrease. And do now 5 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to end with a decrease. Let's count our crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we're going to finish off our foot. We're going to remove the stitch marker and get our darning needle. And here we're going to skip one, go into the next, go back into the inner loop of the beginning, make a little stitch, make sure it matches, and then weave the end in. And then we have our foot completed. And remember, we're going to make 2 of these since Hello Kitty has 2 feet. Next, we're going to do our tail. We're going to start with a magic circle. And then we're going to do 6 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to pull them all together. And then we're going to do an increase in each crochet. So there's 1. We're going to put in our stitch marker. 2. And then we're going to do it on the next one. 1, 2. Second increase. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Here's our 6th increase. And let's count our crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then we're going to do 12 single crochets all the way around for 3 rows. And we'll be back when we're done with those 3 rows. Here we're on our 12th crochet on our last row. So we have 1, 2, 3 rows of 12. And then we're just going to finish this off. Remove our crochets, our crochet markers. We have our darning needle. We're going to make our fake little stitch. We're going to skip a crochet, go into the next, and then go back into the first. And then we're going to weave the end through. And then cut off the tail. Now we're done with Hello Kitty's little tail. If you want to make it longer, you can add more rows of 12. We're going to start by making the little cups that go at the bottom of the wing. We're going to start with a magic circle. And then we're going to do 6 single crochets inside the magic circle. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we're going to bring our circle together. And we should have 6 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. For our next row, we're going to do an increase in each of the stitches. So here we have an increase. We're going to start with our first crochet, and we're going to put our stitch marker on there. And we're going back into that same stitch to make that increase. Oops. And then we're going to keep making these increases in every single stitch. Here's our second, third, and our 6th increase. We should have 12 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. For the next row, we're just going to do 12 single crochets all the way around. There's 1, 2, 3, and 12. And that is our last row. We're just going to flip this the right way. And here we're going to cut our yarn. And then we're going to make our little stitch to finish this off. Here's our darning needle. I'm going to skip a stitch, go into the next, go back into that first stitch where we started. Make sure that the stitches blend in and just weave in the end. And we'll be making 4 of these larger ones because we're going to have 2 on each wing. Now we're going to make the smaller cup of our wing, which goes in the middle. We're going to start with a magic circle. And then we're going to make 6 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we're going to tighten our magic circle. Next, we're going to do an increase and a single crochet. So we're going to start with an increase. There's one. We'll get our stitch marker. And there's our second in the same stitch for our increase. And then we're going to do a single crochet, then an increase, then a single crochet, to an increase, and into a single crochet. Let's count our stitches. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. For our next row, we're going to do 9 single crochets all the way around. There's 1, add our stitch marker, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we're done with this cup. We're going to turn that around, and then we're going to just finish this off. We're going to cut the end, pull it through, and we're going to get the darning needle. Let's tuck that in there. I'm going to remove the stitch marker. We're going to skip a stitch, go into the next, and then go down into the original. Tighten up that little stitch, and then we're going to weave the end. And we'll be making just 2 of these. Here we're going to start with the 3 cups that we made. We have the ones that end with the 12 single crochets and one that ends with the 9 single crochets, which will go in the middle. So we're going to turn these over. We're going to start with this side here. We're going to put in our hook in one of the stitches, get our yarn, and then we're going to make a slip stitch. And then we're going to go back into that stitch and make a single crochet. And then here we can put in our stitch marker. And then we're going to go into the second. That's number 2, number 3, number 4. Then I'm going to go in with the one with the 9. And there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I'm going to go into the next larger one. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to continue. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and number 8. Then I'm going to go into the next one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to go into the next larger one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 7, number 8. And let's count our crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and number 33. We're going to start in this first stitch. There's 1. We're going to put our stitch marker back on there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to do 8 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to do a decrease, a double crochet decrease, so that's a yarn over. Then go through the next 2 stitches, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then we're going to do 9 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we're going to do 7 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's count our crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. For our next row, we're going to start with 7 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we're going to do 6 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we're going to do 2 double crochet decreases. There's 1, and 2. And then we're going to do 7 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to do 8 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's count our crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. For our next row, we're going to start with 7 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we're going to do 4 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do 3 double crochet decreases. There's 1, oops, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do 5 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to do 8 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's count our crochets. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. For our next row, we're going to start with 7 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Next, we're going to do 3 double crochets. There's 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to do 3 double crochet decreases. There's 1, 2, 3, and 3. And then we're going to do 4 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next, we're going to do 7 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's count our crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. For next row, we're going to start with 7 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we're going to do 2 double crochets. There's 1, 2. Then we're going to do 3 double crochet decreases. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets. There's 1, and 2. And then we're going to do 7 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's count our crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Starting the next row once again with 7 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we're going to do 1 double crochet, and then 3 double crochet decreases. There's 1, 2, and 3. So I'm caught up in this. And 3. And then we're going down to doing a double crochet. And then 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's count our crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. For this next row, we're starting with 6 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we're going to do 3 double crochet decreases. There's 1, 2, and 3 double crochet decreases. Then we're going to do 6 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's count our crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Getting closer to our wing. And now we're going to stuff our wing. So here's our stuffing. We're not going to stuff it too much, but we want to make sure that we get into our little cups here. That looks good. And here we're going to finish off our wing. So we're going to cut enough yarn so that we can go around this open edge. Then we're going to get our darning needle. Put that away. Just stuffing a little bit. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. Okay, that feels pretty firm. We're going to pull our yarn out, attach our darning needle, and then we're going to remove the stitch marker, and we're just going to go up and down into the crochets. So there's one, and we can put our stitch marker there. Two, then again, okay, once we got in around that opening, we're going to pull it together. I'm going to remove the stitch marker. And then we're going to bring this end to this end. Just take the needle and then pull them together. Go through the top loops. And then we have them together. And basically we're done with our wing. And here I'm just going to sew the end. There's one, two, three, four. You don't really have to do that, but just in case. And then just weave in the end. And then we're going to cut it. And now we're done with our wing. Thank you so much for watching another long video. This one about an hour, a little bit more. We have one more video to go in this series for the Hello Kitty Blue Angel. If you'd like to know when that video comes out, hit that notification bell